Hello, my name is Sarai Marte, and the purpose of this video is to show you how to upload data from a Google Sheet into Google Colaboratory. Now, Google Colaboratory is basically a place in which you can code with Python, a programming language. Now, as a researcher, why would you need this skill, or why would you want to learn this skill? Now, as researchers, we sometimes conduct experiments in which it is required of us to collect data from subjects. And sometimes we can, set up the data and then just put it in a Google Sheet. And sometimes maybe we don't want to use Google Sheet to analyze our data, especially if it's quantitative. So maybe we want to use Python. And if you're that person who wants to use Python as an analytical tool to analyze your data, you first want to actually move that data from a Google Sheet into a place in which you can code with Python. And so that place is Google Colaboratory, and I'll show you how to get there. So you want to go to your Google Drive, you want to click on New here, top left corner, go to More, and then you want to connect to More Apps. And then you want to search up Google Colab. And then once it pops up, you want to click on it, and then you want to click Install. And then exit out, click on New again, More, and then it should pop up here as Google Colaboratory, and it should look something like this. Now that you have a place in which you can code, you can finally move or transfer your data from a Google Sheet into Google Colaboratory, and I'll show you how to read in the data as well. So here in a Google Sheet, I just have two columns. I have a person, so the name of the person, and basically their ID number. So just take this as an example of data that you might have collected in your experiment. So you want to go to File, you want to go to Download, and you want to download as a comma-separated value file. And what I'll do right now is I'll just drag it to my desktop so that it's easily accessible. I'll go back to Google Colaboratory, and I'll go to the little folder icon, or files icon. I'll go to this doc icon, and I'll click on it, and then it should go wherever you basically put your file in. I put mine in my desktop, so I'm going to just select my file. And in order to read the actual data, you want to right click, copy the path, you want to select a code snippet here, and you want to use Python's data analytical library pandas, and you want to import it as PD, and then you want to do PD read CSV. And so a library basically in Python is just a collection of functions that you can use, pre-written functions that are, again, pre-written for you. And so we have a pandas library, and it has a function, read CSV, which reads your data. In this case, again, remember we downloaded our file or our data as a CSV file, so we are using pandas read CSV file to read in our data versus read Excel, which is to read an Excel file, but we have CSV. So now if you run that, it's going to show you the data, but what I like to do is I like to make it very nice. So I set it equal to a variable called data. And if you run that, then it's not going to show you the data. So what you want to do is you want to use the head function, which prints out the first 5 rows of that data. And then you'll see the same data now in Google Colaboratory as you saw in Google Sheets. And that is how you basically kind of transform or like move from Google Sheets to Google Colaboratory. Now, let's say you had downloaded it as, let's say, a Excel file. Let me download that as an Excel file. You want to go to Files, go back to Uploads, little upload button. Oh, I didn't. Hold on 1 second. Let me move it to my desktop. All right. Back here. And then go here, open it up, right click, copy the path, and I'll just copy the code here. Well, now I have to copy the path again. Right click, copy the path to the new file, and then just change it here. And then instead of read CSV, I'll just change it to read Excel because it's an Excel file now. And it's going to print out the same thing, right? It's just in a different format. And yeah, that's how you can read it in both ways, a CSV file and an Excel file. Thank you for watching.